let's jump straight into the Q&A. I see Wiki's hand, I see Woodley's hand, and I see Stefan's hand. So Wiki, you have something you want to say, or is your hand up from before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Great, Titine. We feel the energy. Stefan, well, this is great. We're all re-energized. And Stefan, you guys make us proud. And I believe there's a Shark Tank story also that you need to share with us at some point. Anyway, the we is well alive, I have to say. There is interaction, believe it or not, between everyone locally on group chats where there's real-time exchange of information on where to move, where not to move, beware, there's an opening here, there's a shutdown there, etc. So there is a lot of local interaction and communication between players, friendly competitors. It is happening. Obviously, it's low key, it's security, but there's much more happening than people may expect out there. Titine, the word you were looking for is put your money where your conviction is.
Thank you.
We need to work. Either we have conviction or we don't. And if we don't, okay, fine. But when we do have conviction, let me tell you, let's do it. So again, great session today. The sky's the limit, and let's keep up the energy. Thank you, Eugene. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Wiki. Woodley. Thank you, Wiki. That was really good. Woodley, just your mute. Okay, voila.
Yes, I wanted to make 2 points. I was listening to Martin, and she talked about PPP, and I think that that I really liked her approach, and also we need to. We want to exactly what we want to do is to introduce to the general public the local products more, just a little bit more, and we need to create a relationship of trust with these people, because when we produce something either at the supermarket or we sell it at our shop, and we need to continue with this, because si quelqu'un vient, on monde vient, il remet produit, il pas qu'à jeûner encore, ça sont l'autre défi à lever encore. And we need to allow the industry to have better synergy and to accept us, to accept the product, to know it's local stuff. We need to encourage that person, and we need to continue doing business development with that person, between the producers, entrepreneurs, les restaurants, and les chaînes de restaurants. Et pas seulement ça, au point de vue artisanal aussi. And also, congratulations, Monsieur Jean-Baptiste Tim, on your continuing venture. He made a good point also, and when he talked about what are we gonna do about it, I think that what we can do, a little part of what we can do is don't wait on the government. Of course we need the government.
We don't have to wait for them though. Yeah.
And l'important c'est d'informer les enfants, ceux qui viennent, c'est quoi un citoyen. Je te garantis. Tu fais un micro-trottoir aujourd'hui à Pétionville, à Carrefour, n'importe où, demande aux jeunes, c'est quoi un citoyen? Il ne sait pas c'est quoi un citoyen. Le citoyen a des droits et des devoirs. Il n'a pas que des droits pour le craser, pour le briser les jambes. So we need to start from the very beginning with the kids. And let's talk about local production now. And these kids, they don't know nothing about province. They don't know nothing about local products. If we, as a business, let's say my business is located in Cap-Haïtien, and I have 2 buses that I want to, let's say, que je veux, les enfants qui sont à l'école, je trouve 3 écoles, et je dis, chaque 2 semaines, il y a 2 classes qui vont venir visiter mon endroit, visiter ma chaîne de business. I guarantee you, it's going to help the local production, and the kids les enfants qui viennent, ils vont comprendre plus c'est quoi l'importance. Il y a un enjeu là-dedans, je peux m'impliquer et capable tout engager dans ce sens-là. We need to engage our kids in the local production since it's the subject here. On va pas patiner à droite et à gauche. Just to say that that's one of the things that we can do. PPP, of course, we need PPP, public and private participation and travailler ensemble, but what we can do is the little stuffs, the little things that are going to be huge eventually. Yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Woodley. Greatly appreciated. Stefan, did you want to add something?
Couple final closing words. I'll be quick. I appreciate the thing. Just Regine told me to speak from my heart, so I wanted to speak from my heart.
Yes.
Woodley, you put something. I think you're right. Against congratulations, bro. Let me tell you, when I started getting down to Haiti, Burger Week saved my life. Okay, like it just changed my perspective as far as what can be done in Haiti. And so remove that language in your mind of like, you tried, bro. You guys did. Consumer like you guys did. All right. So we just got to continue the momentum. I think Martine touched on this too. Partnerships. I think if everyone stays in their lane, there's so many opportunities for us to collaborate with each other and develop partnerships, to continue growing. At one time, we were talking to some of the coffee producers to do a scrub, with coffee directly out of Haiti. Right. So there's, if we start thinking about different ways to collaborate like that, there's opportunities both local and also for the export market. I'm even thinking about how I can do a milk product and then buy from Martine, you know what I'm saying? But, again, like, yes, we do need to sort of like work with each other, understand, let's get the price points to a certain point that it is competitive. We can all make money off of it, but at the same time, continue to elevate the brands for each other. Again, we talk about branding opportunities. What I would love for, next time Regine calls me, I'd love to say that we created a branding collective or committee to sell Haiti, to buy Haiti, right? Like, Made in Haiti collective. That's what I would love to see come out of this conversation so that we can brand it both locally. Because someone asked, how do you change the paradox as far as like what's buying at local? There's no brand, there's no power, there's no quality control around that story. So if we can walk away with that, that would be beautiful. Because I put on the chat, like, if you grew up in the States, everyone was drinking milk because there was a surplus of milk or dairy products that was in the US. The US government said, okay, I'm going to hire a branding company to just sell milk. And everyone drinks milk now. So I think if we as the collective, don't wait for government, together say we're going to sell Haiti as a collective, which is what Regine is trying to do with Replenish 509 and the marketplace. I think there's opportunities for that. And then lastly, investing in each other. Yes, we talk about investing into the Chamber of Commerce's, but look, if Martine needed a short-term loan to essentially be able to cover overheads or whatever, why couldn't we as a collective pool to make sure, okay, hey, we're continuing moving forward, or again, a small, investment in each other's companies to essentially, equity at some point to essentially help grow and build it out. So my final points. Thank you very much.
I like that last thought, and Martine, Wiki in particular, who are very active. Digest that well, and let's talk. Let's talk. Thank you, Stefan. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Ansadou, cher enfant. Comment ça va?
Très bien, Madame Labousse. Thanks for giving me the floor. I really appreciate the presentation of Martine. I would like to make add a point about this point when she talked about the PPP dynamics and participation of private sector in all local and national associations. Quand elle a parlé de ça, donc ça m'a fait penser à cette question de la responsabilité sociétale des entreprises, ou encore si on essaye de faire le lien entre business and human rights, et dans le sens que ma PC a avancé avec l'idée beaucoup plus, je m'ai réfléchi à ça, je pense que c'est un bel point que Baptiste soulevé dans la présentation là, dans le sens que partenariat, association avec entreprises sont capables d'aider l'État, ou du moins inciter l'État à construire ce qu'on appelle social responsibility of business, la responsabilité sociétale de l'entreprise. Le constat à l'heure actuelle en Haïti, c'est qu'il y a une absence de normes, il n'y a pas de cadre légal ou un legal frame about that. Donc, en construisant cette question de responsabilité sociétale de l'entreprise, en mettant en partenariat le secteur privé et les associations ainsi que l'État, ça peut aider l'État en quelque sorte, les entreprises en quelque sorte pourront participer à la construction de la paix en Haïti. Et en participant à la construction de la paix en Haïti et la sécurité, eh bien, les bénéficiaires, eh bien, ce seront les consommateurs, et ensuite les chefs d'entreprise eux-mêmes. Monsieur Labrousse a soulevé un point intéressant dans le cadre de son intervention en parlant de la fuite des ressources humaines. C'est vrai, le constat, il est réel, c'est en raison justement du problème de l'insécurité. Mais maintenant, si on rentre dans cette dynamique-là, la dynamique de mise en partenariat, les entreprises et les associations locales ainsi que l'État, on peut construire ce qu'on appelle la question de business and human rights en ayant un cadre légal solide pour que les entreprises elles-mêmes participent à la construction de la paix. Et comme ça, et on sera très à l'aise de faire des affaires et les consommateurs seront très contents. Et comme ça également, les entreprises pourront participer à la création de best environment for all in Haiti. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Merci, Ansadu. Malik, I see you have your hands up. I'm happy you're here, Malik.
Thank you. Thank you. Great program. Congratulations. I'm happy to see this interaction because I was beginning to lose hope. You know, as Vicky mentioned, you know, we started from nothing from 2009 to get where we are has not come without a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. The two points I wanted to make. One is local sourcing. We still don't have this pride in buying local. Okay, I face that thing every day, you know, after making large investments and supplying the products locally and being there through all these things. And for 1 month, if I'm 1% higher in price, they dump me as a supplier and run to DR, you know. So this mindset, we have to find a way to understand that it's the average cost that matters. You know, if I'm not there next month, what are they going to do? Okay, and since we started producing locally and give run for the money for the Dominican suppliers, they are getting open credits, they are getting much sharper prices. It's all because we are there. Till we came on the scene, they were paying upfront, getting whatever price they were getting. So local producers, local industries don't fully understand, and sometimes they take pride in putting us against the foreign suppliers. So that's being short-sighted. But I would like to leave a little Indian wisdom here. You know, axe is used to chop the wood, but remember, it takes the wooden handle to make that axe effective to chop other wood. Okay, so this is where let's not become the wooden handle to chop other wood. I think that's the piece I think we need to hit home with. That we need to, I'm not asking of, we should not depend on a perpetually supporting a business which is uneconomical, but overall you should encourage. And I'll tell you the biggest secret of our success is not the Haitian company, it was Brana. When Brana was taken over by Heineken, we were in the middle of thinking, should we grow or what are we going to do? And procurement people of Brana said, look, we want to encourage local procurement. So we'll give you, and so they ask us, what is it that will help you to lower your cost? And we say volume. Plastic is a volume business. Higher the volume, lower will be the unit cost. So they gave me 2 years. For 2 years, as long as you are between 5 to 7% higher in cost compared to import, we'll still continue to buy. So you have 2 years to use us as a base and build your volume so that you can then be competitive forever. And we will have a lower cost after 2 more years. And that is how we grew. that confidence we had, that, because we have initial disadvantage. And I don't know how many people will say that. And so we turned around and used the same philosophy when we went to the paint manufacturers and say, okay, how come you still find Dominican paint in the country? Well, the buckets that we put our paint in are too expensive locally, while the Dominicans can bring in the paint without paying any duty. And while if we import the bucket by itself, we have to pay duties and we are at constant disadvantage. So we came up with a joint marketing plan where we basically took little loss on the buckets and we said, okay, we'll give you the buckets at more or less the same price as the Dominican paint manufacturers are finding the buckets. And I challenge you to find one Dominican branded bucket today of paint, because we were able to work together.
Malik, we're losing you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Eh?
So I just want to give that example that sometimes you do have to work close to your own customers and come up with a joint way of competing. Okay, we don't consider ourselves, we consider ourselves as an extension of all the businesses because we provide packaging. So I just want to leave these couple of examples to give something to think about when it becomes interdependency of each other's business. And I think that's what we need to create. And that's what we try to do also.
Thank you, Malik.
Thank you.
What you're speaking to is, it resonates a lot with what has been identified in this session. I mean, the lack of working together, the lack of, you provided a very clear example of when the collaboration that came out when Heineken as a business in Haiti decided, they took the decision. They didn't wait for the government to say you have to buy locally. They took a decision and were realistic about the decision. It's not expecting you as a local producer to be able to deliver the quality immediately, but it was an alignment on the time frame and the terms, which requires that going back and forth, that conversation. It requires being honest so that there's some level of predictability. I think the predictability piece, because the environment is so unpredictable, it makes it very challenging for producers to be consistent with their efforts. So anything that we can do, we meaning non-government people, people evolving within the business community, to add some sort of level of predictability for production moving forward, that's what's going to make the difference. That's what Malik clearly provided in his example of what helped him boost his production, increase his employment, increase his capacity, etc. So I think there were a lot of gems that surfaced in today's conversation. And I want to thank everyone for their participation, especially the speakers, Jean-Philippe, Woodley, Martine, Stéphane. I want to thank you guys for sharing this. And, what we're striving to do within Connect to Replenish is have these spaces where these types of conversations can happen, because the struggle is real. But we cannot stay within the struggle. We cannot stay within that mindset. We really need to make concerted efforts to get out of our comfort zone and not just only have these conversations, but to follow up with it. I think the biggest mistake coming out of here would be to have these types of conversation and have no follow-up. So Replenish 509 is a growing entity that's there to ensure this follow-up. And we thrive on everyone's participation. So these conversations, they keep growing and growing. We have different faces joining in. I'm happy to see so many new faces within today's session. And we hope that, you guys can also play a role in getting more people and raising awareness of these sessions that we're doing so that more people can participate pour alimenter la conversation so that we have rich conversations. One of the things that Replenish 509 has committed to is, the integration of the diaspora. We spoke about, okay, the diaspora who has the brain power, who has the purchasing power, is begging to buy products made in Haiti. But to make products reach them, there's a lot of things that need to be put in place so that it happens consistently. And the diaspora needs to also better understand what it takes. So these spaces are for this. So thank you everyone for joining Connect to Replenish this morning. Our export program, Replenish Haiti, is a tool that we've created to connect the diaspora with the products. So let's keep this conversation going. It's very new. It's a work in progress. So the insights of what producers face, how to promote local consumption, like it's clearly been identified, the needed energy to promote goods made in Haiti, but it's going to take the producers to be involved as well. When we have brains like Stéphane and Nathalie that created Consommer Local, it's so powerful, but it takes people a while to understand the value. So on doit valoriser ces efforts-là. We need to bring them to the surface. They need further reinforcement. Parce que nous pas qu'à camper. We have to keep going. And then, looking at the export, Stéphane is clearly from the diaspora, but look at them. They made a commitment to producing in Haiti. It's not just about getting a quality product. It's not just about finding a market that offers it cheaper. It's about Haiti as well. Haiti is in the heart, and Haiti is in the brain, and we need to reinforce these efforts and continue facilitating this and getting more people involved, more people engaged, so that it's not just a Stéphane, it's not just a Martine or just a Jean-Philippe or just a Woodley. It's more people being involved in the efforts because the mindset that, was highlighted earlier, it's real. It's difficult producing in Haiti, but that it doesn't stop there. We have to keep going. And it's when we do it, not as an individual, but on a collective effort, that's what's going to make the difference. That's going to move the needle. And we do not need to wait for a government. We do not need to wait for the government to do it in every market. It's when the business community has made a commitment. They have decided this is what's important for us. This is what's going to shift the paradigm and following through. It's walking the talk. So I'm glad everyone was here able to join us. Remain connected with us. I'm a WhatsApp and email away. The conversation continues. Our next session will be on the cultural ecosystem. It's the cultural heritage of our country is another international asset that not only the diaspora, but the world is dying to get involved in. So that will be our next conversation. We hope everyone will remain connected. We hope everyone will continue sharing what is happening within this space, within this collective space. And we hope that we can count on you to continue these efforts. Ma bin sou nou, c'est pas dernière conversation, n'a vwe encore. If anyone has any last minute comments, anything they want to share, the floor is yours. We're well over time, but it was well worth it. So thank you everyone who stayed till the end.